Hey guys, it's Paul. As quick as I can today, I want to show you an introduction to Zoho Recruit. How to best organise your recruiting, or if you're a recruiting company, how to best organise companies that you recruit for, putting candidates in order, having job opportunities, putting them in orders, managing everything, having a place where you can talk to your team, you can assign roles, and everything Zoho Recruit can do for you. You know, recruit the best talent, build great teams. Zoho Recruit is both powerful recruiting software and cutting edge application. So I'm going to dive into it. I want to just make clear though, this is an introduction to the features that it can do. It isn't a full training program. What I'll do is on my website, I'll add I'll add some training for Zoho Recruit, where I'll break down into each lesson how to use each part of Zoho Recruit, and you'll be able to ask me questions, and we'll get more there. But in this video, I'm just going to introduce you to exactly what Zoho Recruit can do. Okay. Just before I jump in though, at this point, I always ask people to pause me and tell me why you're here. Tell me what you're looking for. It helps me provide better videos year on year, and I can answer your questions and answer your comments to maybe better videos, or to any questions you've got. I can answer in the comments. So wherever you're watching me, just pause me. Tell me why you're here. Tell me what you're watching for. Tell me what you're hoping to find out, and I'll dive in and try and answer those questions. We're calling this one the 2019 video. Full disclosure, it's the 19th of December 2018, but it's a little bit like FIFA 19, and I'm going to call it the next year's video. So just pause me, tell me why you're here. Thanks. So let's start off this whole introduction by talking about price. There's no point showing you something and then you're saying, well, how much does it cost? And then not being bothered. You might as well learn the price, decide what you want, and leave at this point if that's no good to you. So if you pay yearly, there's a standard edition at $22.50 a month per user, or $45 or $67. You can see the different versions. There's obviously different tiers, turning things on as you pay more money. So if you paid monthly, Enterprise is $75 a month, and then stepping down, obviously, a quarter every time it steps down. So what I want to introduce you to at this point, though, is something called Zoho ONE. So Zoho have a fleet of 40 apps. So there's a CRM, there's Zoho Book, Zoho Inventory, Zoho Recruit. And if you're a recruiting agency or a HR company, there's something called Zoho People as well, where you can manage the people inside your organization. You know, the sick time, the vacation, the holiday days, stuff like that, which is vacation, Paul. Right, so what Zoho ONE is all of the apps for $90 a month for one user. So one user monthly is $90 a month, right? But 5 users is $35 a month. So you can have your team at $35 a month will get all of Zoho ONE's apps. So this is 40 plus apps. If I go here, look, sales and marketing, you know, a ticketing desk, analytics, forms, campaigns. You can post on your social media. Again, help desk. You can remote access people. In finance, you do your accounting, your inventory, your expenses, which is good for the HR stuff. You can have email. You can have project management. The CRM is obviously massive. Then here's the people and culture. You can have your own little Facebook forum, internet site, Recruit and People is what we're using, and all sorts of stuff. So what I'm saying is, if you're looking at Zoho Recruit for every app on Zoho ONE is enterprise level. Look here, enterprise level features, 40 plus apps, enterprise level features, right? So if we go back, this is $75 a month for enterprise level per user. So even if you're just going to use Zoho Recruit, you might as well sign up on Zoho ONE, right? Z1trial.com is my link to sign up for Zoho ONE. But you can talk to me more about it. You can ask me questions, and I'll come back to Zoho ONE at the end of this video because I offer a lot on top of just signing up via my link. Right, so we're going to dive into the actual app, and we're going to talk about the tabs. I wanted to explain the other bit first, just because, you know, it makes sense, that pricing and options, and wanting to give you a bit of overview. So when you're in Zoho Recruit, I'm just going to talk across the tabs at the top of the page, and then we'll go into on each individual tab and show you in depth. So the home page is really your hub. I've got no real data in this demo account at the minute, but it will obviously show you whatever you want. You can customize this view. You can edit it and change it to tasks to do today, interviews, meetings that are coming up, anything that's happened. You know, it's the activity log between the company. You'll be able to see when somebody else does something. You'll be able to see information, or, you know, Sarah Sales has done an interview, or someone's put a note on a candidate, or somebody's you know what I mean, it's activity, sort of pull activity, right? So across the top here, I would turn my email off, but I'm going to use it in a minute as I demo stuff. Job openings. This is obvious. This is where you're going to post a job listing. You're going to post any available jobs, whether it's per department or you're doing it for another company. You would set the companies up and obviously post a job, right? Job listings. You're going to be able to filter them to open, closed, inactive, how many people have applied. You know, all the filters are down here. And anything in Zoho, any of the Zoho apps you'll see, there's customization where you can edit everything to whatever suits your business, to whatever you want. And I'll come back and I'll go more in depth next in with job openings. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Candidates, obviously a list of candidates of people that have applied for jobs, or that you can actually pull interested people from. I pulled this one from Indeed. If you've got accounts, and I'm sure if you're recruiting companies, you've got accounts with Monster and Indeed, you can pull information on recruits that are of interest and assign them to certain job openings, and then follow up. Interviews, tracking an interview, obviously writing notes on it. The job openings also have candidate surveys and pre-survey forms. I'm not sure you. I'm not a recruitment expert, but you know what I mean. If you've got you can put a questionnaire on the application page, and it shows you exactly what they've said. Departments. This is where you've got different departments, different jobs within those departments. So you can set your departments up, or you set the companies up that you work with. Campaigns is if you've say you run. I always used to say Yellow Pages, but nobody uses Yellow Pages anymore. If you run a Facebook ad on trying to recruit for this certain job, you can put in this is the advert that's running, and here's the interview. Here's the interviewees that have been created from that advert. So did the advert get 25, 50, 75 applications or something like that, right? So when you run campaigns, you can see where your marketing is working or not. Reports, self-explanatory. Reports on everything that you work on, and then you can customize everything in Zoho. You can change dashboards, change how you want it to look, make it suitable for your business. And then I'll just run through your to-do list, planned candidates, emails. You can sync it to your emails, and then documents, so you can save documents and things, right? But with enterprise level, you're literally going to be able to add whatever you want. You're going to be able to go in and create a new module. If you use something totally different, if you use different terminology, you can change campaigns. You can rename it. Don't call campaigns that. Call it, I don't know, Facebook ads. Zoho is fully customizable, and you can change it to your needs. So we'll talk about that later. Right, so let's get into job openings. Let's get into posting a job. I work with security companies. I'm a security company background. I used to be a burglar alarm fitter, so it's easier for me to do like this security senior security technician, jobs, right? So let me post a job. So we're going to create a job. Posting title is, let's say a fire alarm technician, right? Fire alarm technician. Department's going to be, you can create a new one here. It would be, to be honest, it would be for service and install, but let's call it fire inspection, because that might be a department within, right? New department. I searched there into our fire department, right? Department, save and associate, right? So I've created a new department, and it's going to tag that job. Number of positions, you know, it's up to you how many you're hiring for, right? Hiring manager. So who's in charge of the fire department? Let's say, okay, we'll say Harry is. Harry HR. And then you would have to change, you can change your product titles within the setup. I should have done it. Well, I don't need to do it, but when you, depending on your company, you would have different titles here, and you can change them within the setup. So don't worry what it says. Product manager, it would say fire alarm technician, wouldn't it? Date opened today. Assigned recruiter. Go with HR again. We'll say it's his department. Full-time job. Target date. When do you want it to get closed by? We'll say the end of the year. City. Sunny Doncaster. Job opening in progress. Province, South Yorkshire. Industry. So again, you can edit these to whatever you want it to do. If you don't need it to say industry, but it will filter jobs to this sort of category. What's this? Services, rental, repair, maintenance. Let's just go with that. You can change everything, right? Don't worry what it says. Years experience 5+. Country, salary. Geez, I don't know what these guys get paid these days. 25K to 30. You can see how up to $30,000 to 30. I don't know. Don't you always put depending on experience? I haven't applied for a job since 1998. Job description, obviously, fire alarm technician, service, I don't know, repair, maintenance, Yorkshire area covered. I don't know. I just for that other one, I just searched a job and copied and pasted it. Right. So what was requirements? Right. Requirements plus 5 years. I don't know what the NACOS certified. I don't think it is for fire alarm guys. I think it's somewhere else now. NACOS certified. Benefits. Oh God, I don't. They always put phone, car, pension in it, retirement pension, something like that. Whatever you guys offer, right? Save. And when I'm happy, I can publish it, right? Oh, my job description's not long enough. Security, let's copy this. Obviously, you would be better at this than me. Right? Save and publish. If it's happy, it'll publish it. At this point, if you're linked, mine isn't linked to job boards at the minute, but I can publish on my website. So I have a job board website as part of Zoho Recruits, and we'll look at that as well. Choose applied candidate form. So if you've got different application forms for different jobs, that you would pick it here, but let's just go with this basic one. Job opening assessment form, and again, you would have different assessment forms. So let's go general. I think you'd be happy with that, and publish. So now it is live, and we've published a job, right? So now we're active. The job is active. So print preview. So what we'll do next is we'll show the live application page, and we'll log in as a employee, a candidate, and fill out the form. Right, so we're gonna log in and show you it as a candidate. Right, so when you go to setup and then portal careers website, you've got this link. So you can share it wherever you want, but we're gonna have this link. So I'm just gonna copy this link, and then because I'm logged in here, it may cause issues. So let me go over to a different browser, paste and go. So now this is your job opportunity board. You can obviously spruce it up. The header's not great on the list, but a candidate would log in or come to the portal, see that I've already applied. It already remembers me. Let me sign out. I've been testing it. So when somebody comes, they'll see your job board and look at jobs available. You can be able to select it by department, by whatever you want to share, right? So you can create a separate page for each one. What you would really share is the application page, and then post that to Facebook or whatever you would do, right? So here is that job, right? Fire alarm technician, full time at Z1 Trial, which is the company. Job information, Doncaster. Here's the spiel and information, right? Here's the money, depending on experience. Apply now. So I'm going to apply. What am I going to call? I don't know, Mark. Right. So Mark at paulnicholson.com, and I'm going to sign up. So it's going to ask me. So I'm going to say Mark Nicholson. Phone number I'm going to leave blank. So I've just got an email saying you need to sign up. Doncaster province. You obviously don't have to fill everything out. Fire alarm guru. Ninja. I know you guys like ninjas. Educational. You can add your resume here, cover letter, everything you need to apply for a job. And you are in. It didn't ask me for the. I wondered if I'd set the pre-screening question up properly. So now what we're getting. This is Mark's email. This is here. Sign up to register. So you would just click that link, but because Safari is not my default browser, account confirmation, right? Add a password. And update. And you're in. Let me just go to this one and show you this one. Let's apply for this job. And it remembers your information. And we're going to go next. Because this one's got the pre-screening form. Are you currently employed? No. What is your highest level of education? College. Are you 18? Yes. Don't need to fill out what you're interested in. Love fire. So I'm not gonna go through it and slow you down, right? But this is the screening questionnaire that you can obviously create whatever you want it to say for whatever job you're hiring for. So that is the candidate applying for the job, and here's Harry, who's in charge. There's Harry HR, who's in charge. This has been noticed that a candidate has applied for a job. So now that we've had an email saying that we've got an application, right? So that is how somebody applies for the job once it's posted. Right, guys. So now let's talk about, you've got your candidate, you've got your person's applied for a job. Let's put them through an interview. So Beauty of Zoho is that you can always jump around to get to the people that you need, or there's always multiple links to the same page. So I can go to the fire alarm, say, right, I need to associate. Right, I'm going to schedule all the interviews for this job today. So I go to associated candidates. Obviously, we've only got one, but you would have 50 or more, hopefully. I click on the applicant. I can, if I want to, I can go and associate LinkedIn. What's my LinkedIn? I can add some links to it. I can grab the URL. Let's close some windows with the world open. I can associate a LinkedIn account, so I can click on that LinkedIn to see any information if I'm just going to go and research them. Same with Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, you have to connect to Twitter. Let me see if it'll connect. There's something wrong with my Chrome, I think. But it would obviously search Twitter for anybody with that name. Give you an option and you associate it if you know it's that person. So I've got all the information they filled in on the sign-up form. Everything that would have been information, if it was asked for, would have been filled in. Now you can, if you've researched or spoke to them via email, add information, I've had a call, I've had a meeting, or if it's just a note, I've worked with Mark at another company, something like that, right? You can start adding your notes, you can start adding your information. You can send Mark an email direct from Paul to subject, why are you interested? I don't know, what email would you say? Don't want to start interview if you are not available, right? Send. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't send something like that. But all of a sudden, all the emails that you've sent and received will be logged in this area here. So you can see you're building up what's happening between you and this candidate, right? So I've just got an email here. Don't start with. Now the problem when I reply is I'm going to reply via my email, which is not Mark's. It may not tag. I like fire alarms. I am finishing contract. I didn't spell, but I can't be bothered. Soon, right? Send. That might not come back under that because it'll go back as my email, not Mark at, because obviously I don't use that. Right? So you can see that you can email and contact somebody direct from within Zoho, within Recruit, and you're going to see the emails building up, and you can see all the interaction between you and your team, or if somebody else, if you've got access to your team's email within this, you can see what everybody's been saying to everybody, to that candidate. You get what I'm saying? The reply would be there if I used the email Mark at Paul Nicholson, but I don't, obviously. So what we're interested in though is now we're interested in this candidate. We're going to schedule an interview. So schedule interview. We're going to say who's going to interview type, general interview. So you could do it online or phone, whatever you get. Again, you can change these labels as you want. We're going to do a general interview. Candidates Mark, fire department, fire alarm technician. Date, we're going to say it's on next Wednesday. Oh, that's Boxing Day, isn't it? In between Christmas and New Year. What time? 2:30 p.m. We're going to say it's going to last till 3:30. Okay, an hour's a bit long. Interviewees, Harry HR is going to be there. Paul Nicholson's not going to be there. And let's say Sarah Sales, we're going to hit him with 3 people. Location, conference room. I only notice how bad I am at spelling when I have to do live videos. Schedule comments. Good candidate. Should be fun. Any attachments, any information, and you save it, right? Now, I'm going to get an email Mark's going to get an email, and then the interviewers are going to get an email saying it's been scheduled. So there's Mark's email. So this is what the candidate gets. Hello, Mark. We are pleased to let you know you've been scheduled for interview. Here's a reference. And here's the date. Kindly mark your presence 10 minutes prior to the meeting, right? Now, here's the 3 interviewers. Interviewer, oh, hello, Harry, Paul. This notify that you have been scheduled to conduct an interview on that date, right? So, Sarah, same thing, and Harry HR, same thing. So everybody's got an interview. Everybody, if they want to mark the calendars, can do it. And now we're scheduled for an interview. Right, so let's fly through this a bit now, because I know I've just seen, as I track stuff, it's dragging on this video for you. So let's quickly go through a process of interviewing, making an offer, and hiring somebody, right? So Mark's here. Let's go to Mark. We're going to go action, schedule interview. Oh, we've done that, right? Where's interviews? Interview, general interview. We're going to conduct the interview, write some notes, note type, meeting, excellent, make an offer. Everything you're going to save, right? Everything again is editable, changing it for what you want. Interview evaluation. So we're going to say, is this a rejected interview? We don't want them. We're going to put them on the back burner, or we're going to select, say, yes, excellent, make an offer. Change chance, interview scheduled. There's loads of statuses, right? On hold, rejected, interview in progress, to be offered, right? Update. Emails will fly around. Person's been selected. Change of status. Candidate. So we need to mark an offer. You'd have a task saying mark an offer. Go to offer letters. I haven't actually generated anything here, but I'm going to say generate a new offer. Offer of employment or offer of contract. The posting title is the fire alarm technician. The salary is going to be $30,000 a year. Permanent, starting on January the 1st, and then the offer will expire on the end of at the end of the year, right? You've got a week to tell us. Next. Now I haven't set this up. It might come up with an error. And again, this is going to be a very basic template that you're going to be able to change. You're going to be able to tinker with. You're going to be able to make it right for your company. It's going to create a PDF. So here's the PDF. You'll be able to hook it up to DocuSign so they can do an e-signature. So here's the offer letter. Proceed to send. I don't know what you guys say. We'd like you to join us. Hi, Mark. Congrats. Come work here. I know you guys are a lot more professional than me. Who am I sending it as? Paul. All right. I'm just flying through it. I just want you to get a gist. This isn't a full training. It's an introduction to how it is going to play out, right? So, Mark here has received the email, and again, you can change it. You can spruce it up, add your headers and your footers. View the offer letter. So you can click, we are required to join us by. Will terminate the offer. Your compensation amount is this. All good. Thanks. And accept, right? Proceed. So Mark's now accepted the offer. Everything's happy. We're going to move Mark into a hired position, right? offer made. So I can just go here now, change status to hired. And what this is saying here is hire and lock as, you might put a comment, whatever it is. You now have the options to add the hired candidate to Zoho People. So what Zoho People is another app that manages all your employees. It manages your everybody who works for you. Third party as well, that's not just employees. So it'll manage start, end dates, contracts, holidays, public holidays, overtime, expenses, all that sort of stuff. So when you're set up with Zoho People as well, it'll run in tandem with Zoho Recruit. So it's really great for HR companies. And you update. So Mark has been hired. We've gone through the process, and hopefully everybody's happy. So I obviously flew through it. I flew through that process. I've got an email. The managers have got an email. Mark's been hired. Sarah, who was in charge of that one, Mark's been hired. In fact, that was the other one. That was one I tested. So I flew through the process, but I want to stress that this wasn't a training video. This was showing you what Zoho Recruit can do. And there's obviously more things it can do. Well, let me just jump in quickly, because I realised I got to the end and I hadn't shown you the interaction that you want with your team, with the chat down the bottom here, right? So if say I want to talk to one of these guys, let me do the opposite way around. I'm not sure who I've logged in as. So on Firefox, I'm logged in as Max, right? I don't turn notifications on for test accounts, but imagine that it would pop up and tell me. So if I want to send Max a message, I want to talk to Max about, hey Max, how did the interview go with Mark, right? So you would get a pop-up notification. Here it is. Look. Hey Max, how did it? All great. Making him an offer. Should be starting on 1st of Jan. Well, 2nd. Right? And you would get this information. So now you've got these live chat areas where you can talk to your team, and you can create channels where you would have a channel within Zoho Click where you might put interview, fire alarm interview, and this would update any new candidates, right? Any new candidates. So there's only one participant, right? Sarah. I can't click it from there. It doesn't seem to want me to. I think Sarah's. I think I'm logged in. Sarah here. Zoho public. No, I'm not. But I'm not gonna slow you down. But yeah, so the Zoho ONE channel popped up on Max's. Yeah, job should be filled. So this would tell anybody in that chat what has happened to that job, right? So it was a little bit, jumped in, and I just wanted to add that there's live chat functionality where people can log in and see what's the information here. Job should be filled, and they can close, edit. You could see there was make a phone call, so I could click on I could click on Harry HR, phone him, audio or video, to jump in straight away and see what Harry's up to, give him a call, do whatever you need to do. You can see the interactions, pretty cool. And, you can jump around and make it work for you. You can do exactly what you need it to do. And there's a lot of things that you can add, expand, third-party integrations. When you get into it, You know, when you go into the setup, you can link it to Monster, resume parsing, resume inbox. People can save stuff. You're going to have this information on people. You can go back to candidates and say, what did Mark say on interview? And you can, record the interview and save that as an attached file. You can. There's all sorts. I mean, it's going to take me a longer to get into it. You can. Obviously, you've got a portal with your website on it, and you've got you can create workflows. So when somebody applies for a job, it creates a rule that sends an email direct. So you would create job opening candidates. I'm not going to go through it, but what I'll do is, as I say, I'm going to create a training course, create training that will show you that when somebody interviews, you can send an email back saying, thanks for applying. We'll be in touch soon. 3 days later, send an automated email saying, we know we'll be in touch. We're scheduled interviews this week, and depending on the status, you can create rules for statuses. You can create rules for applicants that you haven't heard from in a while. So if you haven't heard from somebody for a year or you haven't connected, say, just touching base, how's things? If you're managing the candidates, stuff like that. So there's loads it can do, and there's no way I could show you it all in anything less than like 2 hours. But I don't want to waste your time too much. Okay. So I just want to finish off by going back to Zoho ONE. So when we said that was $75 a month for all of that, but you can get Zoho ONE, which this is the admin area. This is all the apps that you can log into. So this one was Zoho Recruit, right? So it's down here. Zoho People is managing the people within the organization. Zoho Projects is project managing sort of bigger projects. Zoho Expense, people can track their expenses, track everything. CRMs for customers, campaigns for newsletters. Connect is a social media, an internal social media network and an external social media. You could actually create an external social media network for all your candidates, giving them information. Backstage is events scheduling. Showtime down here. Where's Showtime? Showtime is webinar stuff where people can log in and you can do webinars. Socials, posting your social network posts, updating social networks. Survey, I mean, you get the gist. So what I do, if you sign up for Zoho ONE with me via my partner links, which is z1trial.com. So let's go here. z1trial.com. If you sign up via my link, it's just a contact form. You get a 30 days trial. It's because I'm already logged in. It didn't go to the form. You're going to get a 30 days trial. It will not ask you for credit cards. It will not ask you for information other than company number, email address, and a phone number. That's z1trial.com. Or if you're in the EU, you want to use the EU data center, it's z1trial.com/EU. And that basically sends you to zoho.eu, not zoho.com. So what I do with, obviously now what you're seeing is there's a massive amount of information in just one app. You know, there's 40 apps. Not all of them are as intense as Zoho Recruit, but some of them are, like Zoho CRM, Zoho CVET survey. Everything can get a bit more in depth. So what I do within my training is if you sign up for Zoho ONE via my link, you'll get access to training, direct training, Zoho Books training, Zoho Projects, Zoho Click. I will have a Zoho Recruit one, but this will be full training. So each app will have its own training area. What we'll also have as well is a full forum, a full private forum. So if you go to one.paulnicholson.com, this is a private forum. Nobody can access it, and we're going to have categories for every single app within Zoho. So within Zoho Recruit 2019, you've got questions, you can add them in, ask them in there. Any new lessons I'll post in there. It's a fully private forum. If I sign out, You'll see it's the locked in. It's the Z1 Club forum. It's private. Nobody can see it. It's for training on Zoho One, and we've just launched the Zoho One Facebook group for partner only as well. So there's only partners. Only currently 7 members in there, but these are just for people that partner with me for Zoho One, and you can jump in and ask questions directly to Zoho One. Anything in there that is specific, or that you've just got questions on. There's 40 apps. If you've got 5 users, 10 users, send all your users to me. Send them. They'll all have access to my forum and my Facebook group and the training on my website. If you use my my partner link to sign up for Zoho One, $35 a month, not $75. So hopefully that helps. If you're already signed up, email me and we can work out how to get you on board as well. But I hope this helped. I know we flew through it. It's always the case with these applications that can do everything. I've been logged out now, but take a look. Even if you don't do it with me, Zoho Recruit, really cool. Going to help you manage your candidates, your job openings, especially if you're a recruitment agency. But for the price of enterprise level, look at Zoho One, right? And if you look at it through me, z1trial.com. It'd be great to meet you, great to work with you, and we can explode in 2019. Cheers, guys. See you all soon. Thanks.